Hello children, welcome back to 8th English class. Children, today we are in the topic lesson that is all the world has said. This lesson is about a lady. She is known for her knowledge, and the lady was here, Sai Paranjpe. She is a writer. Not only a writer, she is a famous theatre personality from Pune. Okay, so let's read introduction about her in page number 97. This is a short life sketch of Sai Paranjpe. She is a character, one who comes in this lesson. A famous theatre personality from Pune, Maharashtra. She was also directed many television serials. So she was known for her as a theatre personality. Theatre personality in the sense one who direct the drama and one who execute the drama, or one who produce the drama, that kind of a work. Okay, and she is known for that, and she is also director of many television serial. She won the national award for the best documentary with a social purpose. So she won the national award for the purpose of documentary of a with social purpose. What do you mean by documentary? Documentary in the sense, now you take a serial or any drama. Drama is directly after several days practice. Drama was enacted in front of you children. Are you getting what I am telling? Drama is like a skit, right? To present a skit in front of you, though it is a live, before presenting in front of you, they will practice for many days, right? After getting perfection, they will enact in front of you, right? Whereas TV drama and TV serial is there, it was a cut, edited one in the sense they will do many times. In that one, best one they will pick and edit, in the sense they will join and they will put it as a shows. Whereas this documentary in the sense that directly it was recorded, the social purpose in the sense whatever social activities was going on, or whatever whether it is a social evil or social goodness which is observed, that is directly captured and presented as a show, that is a documentary. So for that purpose she has won the national award. Her films are relevant even today. So whatever she was made it as a film, that was even today it was rememberable one. Okay, now let's move on to a lesson. It was a familiar sight to the resident of Pune, a plump little girl of about 6 or 7 skipping along with an elderly gentleman. So it was common scene to a Pune Maharashtrian, that familiar sight means, for us familiar sight what? Right? What is a familiar sight? Familiar sight in the sense, when we goes to a Udupi, suppose when we goes to a Taluk bus stand, there for us familiar sight is what? A big bazaar, so much of a crowd, right? And if you go to a city bus stand or service bus stand, it is a full of a crowd and many buses are waiting. That is a common scene. So here a writer says that for a Pune resident, means one who reside in a Pune, for them a familiar sight was one plump little girl. Plump in the sense like a chubby fatty girl. She about 6 years or 7. That girl, fatty girl, nearly 6 or 7 years, who was skipping, in the sense who was playing along with an elderly gentleman. Elderly gentleman in the sense up of a many higher age. It may be like age of our grandfather. So there are picture of a familiar sights that every day the people of a Pune, means a particular area people, they get to see one fat girl of age 6 or 7. She used to skipping with her grandfather. They laughed, talked and had a great time. So how the enjoyment was, they both used to play, they laugh and they were smiling. Totally they were enjoying their moment of that time. Then the little girl was Sai. So here a narrator says that who was that plumpy girl? That was none other than Sai, the girl Sai. And the gentleman was famous educationalist and mathematician. So, who was the another gentleman that was great famous educationalist, in the sense highly educated, and mathematician in the sense we all cannot be called as a mathematician. It doesn't mean that you are studied maths here in your 8th, after that you will go to science, what PUC, then you will take a science combination, then you will go to degree, there also you will take a maths, then you will go to a higher, there also you will take a maths, then also you won't be called as a mathematician. When you will be called mathematician will be called when you are proved yourself in best in maths, only if you are achieved something in maths, then you will be called it as a mathematician. Here the question is that why he was called as a famous mathematician. Why? Because who and why he was called and who he was Sir R.P. Paranjee. Clear? The person, great gentleman, was Sir R.P. Paranjee, India's first senior Varangal and Sai's grandfather. Why he was called as a great mathematician as well as an educationalist? Because he is a first or the senior Varangal. Varangal in the sense a person, one who secured first in Cambridge University in the subject mathematics. Clear? So that it was considered as a Varangal. Varangal in the sense when the person, one who studied in Cambridge, then not even anyone till then secured topper in a maths. He was the first one who secured first rank in a maths or topper of a maths, as well as he belongs to a first citizen of India, one who secured top in maths, that too in a Cambridge University. So that he was called as a senior Varangal. Clear? And he was Sai's grandfather. That was R.P. Paranjee. Is it clear, children? And Appa. As they walked, Appa put simple mathematical questions and also related fables to her. So, as we told, that both grandfather and granddaughter, they both used to spend lot of fun time or great times with each other. So, whenever the grandfather was accompanied by the granddaughter, either it is a morning or evening, he used to tell the story to the granddaughter. Not only a story, it was something such which enriches the knowledge of a granddaughter. Is it clear, children? So, whenever they both used to go for a walk, then whenever they used to spend the time with each other, they used to spend the time with each other. So, especially where the grandfather want to enrich the knowledge of a granddaughter, so that he used to give some mathematical question which can increase the IQ or thinking capacity of a Sai, as well as he used to tell some stories, Niti Kathe, fables. Such story is to tell, so that which inspire the granddaughter. Okay. These include fairy tales, Arabian Nights and Birbal stories. So such kind of the story that he used to tell to the granddaughter. Sai naturally preferred the fairy tales to a mathematical problems. So, though the father was giving or telling story to the granddaughter, she was receiving both the mathematical classes as well as a fable story, more than a mathematical story, more than a mathematical questions or the problems. She used to like a fable story where a creative fantasy life was, we can see in the stories, fable story, such she was able to receive. Okay. Then, tell me a story, Appa, Sai said one day, as they set out. No, said Appa grimly. So, one day while going to walk, she will ask grandfather that, Appa, please tell me a story today. Then he says that, no, today I won't tell. Today you will tell Today you tell me one. So he tell that today I won't tell you any story. Today you have to tell me some stories. And she did. And she did it. So okay, she will accept it and she will narrate the story. It was a fairy tale replete with dragon and princess, talking parrots and hidden gold. So she will narrate the story. In that story it was princess. In the story the character like one princess, and that princess was having one dragon and talking parrot and hidden gold. So the story is about where the princess along with the dragon, parrot, she was going to search some hidden gold. Okay, Sai completed her tale with and they lived happily year after. So she will complete the story and her story was of happy ending. Happy ending in the sense, I think that the princess ultimately at the end of the story she might got the gold which she was going in search of. So she maybe get that gold. So she will complete the story. Sai complete the story telling that finally all were lived happily. By telling that she has completed the story. With these children we can imagine that the story is full of imaginary or the fantasy life. Sai completed her tale with and they lived happily year after. Said Appa. Quite interesting. Where did you read it? So while explaining story, Sai while explaining the story, maybe our father maybe our grandfather felt it was full of fantasy, interesting as the scene which come in front of our eyes itself. So he felt that it is quite interesting. So he says that, child, whatever story you told me now, it was quite interesting, and tell me that from where did you read it? I didn't, I made it up, cried Sai. So she says that I didn't read it anyone, I made it. So she says that I didn't read this story. This story is of my imaginative, or the story is created by myself. It is a creative, it is an innovation that she has done. Is it clear? So it is like small child, you may be hurt, right? So what they will do, when we tell them any story, they will listen 1 or 3 4 stories from us, right? Finally one day they will sum up all the story together and they will put their own character in the story, and one day though we are not interested, maybe may not interested to listen, they themselves will narrate the story. Have you observed such stories from the children? Yes. So here, though the Sai is not a child, she is the age of a 6 or 7, maybe of course brought up, right? So in that age, she has not made some silly story, she has made a wonderful story with lot of imaginative. Listening to that, the great educationalist, he felt impressed. Maybe this story somewhere she has read. To narrate such a beautifully, maybe definitely it is read one, right? So he'll ask that, where did you read it? Then she says that it is not copied one, or it is not I read somewhere. It is what I created within me, so that I narrated in front of you so beautifully. He feels sad, he feels somewhere surprised that this small girl, from where she can create such a great story. So her grandfather was very much impressed. He was so much impressed that the age of a 6 or 7-year girl, how she can make us such a beautiful story. That was perhaps a first flight of fantasy. So that was first time where Sai herself has created a story with full of fancy. Fancy means what? What do you mean by fancy? Fancy in the sense, see, though we don't have a wing, we imagine ourselves that whenever we require, we start flying. Okay? And whenever we want, we will become disappear. And where we want, there we will appear. Right? And when we want, we can do the magical spell and we can create water here. Or we can bring the rain, or we can bring the snowfall. Such imagination was called as a fancy. So here he was impressed that such a small girl, how she can create the word or create the story full of a fancy. And it was beginning of her wonderful world of creativity. So there, and that was a big beginning. From there onwards, she has continued the work of creativity. Creativity in the sense where she started to create her own story with lot of imagination and lot of full of fantasy. By the time she was just 8. So when she narrated the story to her grandfather, she was age of a 8, means 3rd standard girl she was. Okay. She had published her first fairy tale called Mulan Cha Mera. So, and she published her first book. The age of that time was not told when she has published the book. So, but it was considered that her first fairy tale book was Mulan Cha Mera. Okay, sorry, it was when she was 8 years, she has published her first book, that was Mulan Cha Mera. In the age of her 8, she has published her first book. Okay, then Sai love for book grew with her. So it was told that as she grew up, her love, her respect, her desire for book as well as her knowledge is being grow up. See, listen here children, her love for book, it doesn't mean that you collect the book, you purchase the book and keep. It doesn't mean that your love for book has been increased. Love for book in the sense a knowledge of a book that you wanted to increase or which you wanted to gain. Purchasing a book and storing a book doesn't mean that you have gained the knowledge, right? When you read it, when you gather the knowledge, it means that the desire of a book has been increased, right? Because see, it is not necessary that you purchase the book every time. You can borrow it from somebody or you can bring it for two or 3 days to read, right? Then also we can say desire for your book has been increased. Main thing is that the knowledge of reading or the knowledge of the book should be increased. So here Sai's love for book grew with her. It means that the knowledge of reading book has been increased with her age. Book were revered object, in the sense the book is an object of a respect. It is not of a matter of a prestige or a collection. The books were matter of a respect to her. Object in Paranjpe household. So it is mean that the book is not only a book for them, it is a matter of a respect or it is an object of a respect in Sai's house. It is not only for Sai, whoever there in Sai house, for them it is a it is a thing which is a respectable one. And one day Sai stepped on a book by mistake as she rushed into the library. So your narrator says that why they consider the book as an object of a respect, because one day Sai stepped on a book by mistake. So when one day she was in so much hurry, okay, so and that moment she stepped on a book, okay, it become a what? Mistake in the sense how one day Sai stepped on a book by mistake as she rushed into a library. So by mistake she will step on the book, so stop right there, ordered her grandfather. So when she stepped on a book, her grandfather so loudly he says that stop there, and he will shout on her. The always when the grandfather was loving her, caring her, when the tone of the grandfather become very rude, then she was froze in the sense she was shocked. Why he was shouting like that? Do you know what you have just did? So he'll ask that, do you know what you have did now? You kicked knowledge. That's what you did. So he won't say that you stepped on the book. He says that you kicked the knowledge. Right? Do you know this one? He will ask. Correct children? So where he will compare that stepping on a book, either though it is a by mistake, he says, he used the word, you kick the knowledge, right children? Book is a piece of a knowledge. As I told, collecting book or gathering several book of a with price, heavy price, doesn't mean that you are secured that knowledge. You will be considered as knowledgeable one only when you study the book or acquire the knowledge regarding that. So here the grandfather says that you stepped on the book. It was like a kicking a knowledge. You kicked the knowledge. That's what you did. Now ask forgiveness of a book. So he says that though you may be stepped on a book by mistake, now what you have to do? You have to ask the forgiveness. Sai bent meekly and did namaskar to the book. So she'll accept, right? Stepping on a book, it's like a kicking a book, right? Even we have that practice. Maybe unknowingly, by mistakenly, if we step on book, pencil, eraser or whatever things we used to study, if we step on that, what we'll do? We will do the namaskar. I hope you people have that culture, right children? So even she accept the suggestion, or it is the order of her grandfather, and she'll do the namaskar. The same punishment was given when he discovered any dog-eared book. With this, Sai learned to respect feeling about the books early in life. So it is not only when you step on the book, even if we notice your book has dog ear in the sense you may observe your books may be like this, bent. Observe, this is called as a dog ear. So whenever he observed a book of a dog ear of his granddaughter, he used to punish her, to tell that like a human being, even books as a feeling. You should not bend or fold the pages of a book. You should keep it clean and tidy. So if he observed the mistake in such book, cleanliness of a book, used to punish them. Here narrator says that it is not only a matter of reading a book and gaining a knowledge, you used to respect the book like a human being. Not only a Sai, all member of a Sai member, they used to respect the book as well as the knowledge which they gain from the book. This is up to a Sai Paranjpe. Till here children. The remaining part I will continue in the next class. Till then what you have to do, you have to read and you have to underline and get the meaning of a difficult word. And also while reading a book, if you noticed any extract, I noticed, but I don't want to tell, that is your work. You have to underline that extract and you have to be prepared for the extract. Okay, I will meet you in the next class children. Till then, take care.